I don't know, man. I find it hard to trust people that claim that they believe in a God and all that. I find it hard to trust them type of people because it's weird. You know what I'm saying? And then they try to push their beliefs on you and shit. They believe in some magical shit. They try to push it on you so you can try to believe in some magical shit. That's crazy to me. I can't relate. I don't. To me, I think it's a super big connection between the Christian thing and the trans thing. I think that's I think Christianity is pretty much to blame for the whole trans movement. It's because the Christian mindset allows you to be in like a delusional, fictional type mindset. It makes it okay. It says it's okay for you to be. Religion is basically saying it's okay for you to be fictional and delusional. It's okay to the extent that the thing that created this entire world and created you and all that, you can imagine that. You don't have to. That doesn't have to be a thing. You know what I'm saying. You can imagine it. You can create it yourself. So I think the fact that we so delusional about religion and all these things, I think that opens up the door for people to be delusional about anything. Because if you're delusional about your creation, you see what I'm saying? That leaves it open for you to be delusional about anything. So I think the Christian stuff is basically putting gas on the fire of the trans stuff. I think they run neck and neck because it's both like a delusional state of mind. It's both like, okay, this thing in my head is real. It's the same thing. Christian, trans, it's the same thing. They got a thing in their head that they believe is real. See how it's super similar? And then I was watching this. I be watching in debate shows and shit. And I watching the Christians debate the atheists or whatever, right? And I noticed that every time the Christians speak in the debate, they got to change their voice to try to make it seem like they righteous or something. They go, "Oh well, you know, the God allows us to do this, and we'll have the they voice change." And it's weird because they don't even talk like you don't talk like that. You don't. Oh well, my God, it's this. You don't talk all proper and righteous and try to sound all proper like that. That's how I know it's fake. That's another reason why I think it's fake. Cause why are you being fake talking about it? You know what I'm saying? Just be real. That's why I think it's a super connection between the trans and the Christian thing. That's like neck and neck. Cause it's really two people that's delusional. Like if you're a Christian, you're delusional. I mean, I ain't gonna say if you're a Christian, cause some Christians don't even believe that shit. If you actually believe that shit, if you actually believe that there's some little man in the sky and all that, you believe that, that's damn near like being trans. Because basically you just done bought into something that's delusional. You know what I'm saying? You done bought into it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing like the trans people. It's like a man, he think he a woman. He bought into that. He bought into the fact that he can be a woman. You hear him talking, they be like, oh yeah, I'm a woman. This, that, and the third. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They done bought into, they delusional. They done bought into it's like the religion thing. They done bought into the fact that they are a woman. But you're not a woman. It's the same thing in religion. They done bought into the fact that there's some little man in the sky, but it's not. So it's all based on delusion. So you see how they parallel each other. So I think let me tell it. That's why the trans thing has gotten so big. That's why it's such a big thing now because religion is such a big thing. So people feel like if it's okay to be delusional about, that's why I don't trust religious people, because I feel like in their mind they feel like, okay, if I can lie about this religion thing, I feel like that's their character. They just a liar. I feel like if you believe in the God concept, like not blindly, I'm saying you really pretending that you believe in it and all that. I think your character, you probably a liar, bro. You know what I'm saying? You probably lie a lot, and I'm not just saying that. I've actually experimented with that. Like the people that I know that claim all that stuff, like super duper duper claim it, they all like got that liar type character about themselves. They'll lie about some shit real quick, and the reason why is because their whole foundation is based on delusion. You see what I'm saying? If if my whole foundation was based on a magic blue dragon that I had made up in my head, I had made up this whole concept about a magic blue dragon, and that was my foundation of life. Why wouldn't it be okay for me to lie about anything else in life? When I'm lying, the thing that I think is most important, because people think their religion and their God and all that is the most important thing in their life. So if the thing that I think is the most important thing in my life, I'm willing to lie about it, be delusional about it and all that. Why wouldn't that's just my character then, right? That means I'm willing to just lie about anything. I mean, it's wide open. My character is wide open. So I don't really trust. I don't trust people that's super religious and all that. I don't trust them because I feel like you a lie. You a lie to me about some shit. You'll say God told you to say this, or you'll say you talked to God last night, or you just make up some shit. And I don't respect that. I don't give a fuck what you attaching it to. You just because you lying and you attach it to religion, that don't mean it's respected. It's a respected lie now because you attach it to religion and shit. Well, I said it was a God thing, so it makes it better. Nah, bro, that don't have that don't make it better. You still a liar. It don't matter. It don't matter what platform you choosing to use to fund your lies. You know what I'm saying? It's still lies, no matter how you look at it. But another thing I want to talk about too is um I keep hearing, because I keep hearing people talking about slavery and reparations and all that, right? And I keep hearing people say, well, uh, and it's always, you know what? It's always black people that bring this up. Is the weird part. But I keep hearing black people every time the reparations conversation come up. I heard black people say, well, you know, black people owned slaves before the white people did. They the ones sold the slaves to the white people. I always hear black people say that. But when you really think about it, that's irrelevant. That don't even have nothing to do with nothing. That's okay. That's like okay. Let's say I go commit a murder, or as a matter of fact, I go commit a murder. You know what I'm saying? And then they catch me. I go to court. I'm in court, and my defense is, well, the reason why I did it is because other people were doing it too. Do you really think that's going to be a feasible defense in court? That the reason why you shouldn't be punished or you shouldn't be liable for the murder that you committed is because other people was committing murders? That don't even make no sense. That's why I know that's just a coon response. That's just that's black people trying to give white people a way out and say excuse, like some type of way out to get out of the bullshit they did. You know what I'm saying? So they'll say, well, black people own slaves first. But we ain't talk about them. We talk about you. That's like if you speed and the law pull you over speed and you say, well, sir, I don't think I deserve a ticket because everybody else was speeding too. The law, he gonna say, nah, I caught you though. That's exactly what he gonna say. He gonna say, yeah, you're right. I did clock a lot of other people. A lot of people were speeding. But the truth of the matter is I caught you. You got caught. I caught you. So now I'm giving you a ticket and you gotta go to court for this ticket. And when you go to court, you're not gonna be able to use it as a defense and say, well, Your Honor, the reason why I think I shouldn't get this ticket is because everybody else was speeding too. You still gonna get the same. It's not gonna lighten the offense. They're not gonna say, okay, well, since everybody else was speeding, we'll go ahead and just lighten your ticket. We'll make it a light ticket. They not. It doesn't change. The charge doesn't change. Nothing changes. Just because somebody else was doing it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I never understand why people bring like a coon response. Let me defend white people real fast. Black people had slaves too. No, we not talking. We talking about the American people that enslaved us. We talking about them. We not talking about anything before that or what black people did or none of that. We talk when we say we want reparations. What we speaking on is the 400 years of slavery from the white people here, the country that we live in now, the people that can actually be responsible for it, the people that we know did it. We ain't got to question or wonder or try to figure out history or try to go back in time to make somebody else responsible. No, we talking about the one that we caught speeding. We caught you speeding. We pulled you over, caught you speeding. Now it's time to pay up. You got to pay. You got the ticket. Now you got to go to court, pay your ticket. You can't use that as a defense. Well, everybody else was speeding, so I had to speed too. The judge gonna be guilty. As soon as you say that in court, if you go to court and you say, "Well, judge, I was speeding because everybody else was speeding," soon as you say that, the judge gonna say guilty. Guilty, and you gonna get the same fine or the same penalty, whatever you was gonna get before you said that. So what that means is that's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with anything. The fact that black people own slaves, that's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with nothing. That's a straight dodge. That's somebody trying to dodge the point. The point is y'all gotta pay for what you did. I can never go to court and try to defend my case by saying what somebody else did. That doesn't even make no sense. That's not even a logical. You can't even add that up and make it sound logical. That the reason why white people shouldn't be responsible for slavery is because black people had slaves. That don't make sense. That don't even make no sense, bro. That's not a good excuse. Even if black people had slaves in America, it's still not a good excuse. We still caught you speeding, bro. We didn't catch the black dude speed. We caught you. So now you gotta pay up. That's how it go in court. But they'll try to make it seem like it changed. They try to use certain logic, put certain logic in place, but then it don't work for everything. It only works for some things. Like, come on, that don't make no sense, bro. If you catch a case, you are responsible for the case. You can't use as a defense somebody else was doing it. That'll never work. In no case, no trial. I can almost guarantee you there's never been a case in America, state, federal, anything. Never been a case where the defendant was able to use as his defense that other people was doing the crime and that's why he think he should get away with it. I don't see how y'all even try to make that make sense. That's some coon shit. That's what coons always try to. This is how you know a person a coon too. This is how you can tell if they're a coon. They'll always try to give white people a way out. Just pay attention when you listening to these different podcasts. Pay attention to these people and listen to them, and notice how soon as you say something about white people did this, do this, did, they'll try to give them a way out. Well, it was because it was this. Well, white people threw our babies in the alligators. Well, that was just a thing they did. They had to do that because of this and that and the third. It'll always be some type of excuse or some type of way out for them and shit. That's a coon. That's their program. And some of them don't even know they be coon. That would make it even worse is some people don't even know they coon. They don't even know it. They so caught up in the matrix and so sleep to all this shit, they don't even know that they a fucking coon. They think they just talking about some regular old American. I'm just American and, you know, but they really on some coon shit. That's a coon that's trying to get white people a way out. When you talking about reparations or slavery or any of this, you trying to get white people a way out. That you a coon. That's like somebody coming and raping your sister, and then when the laws come, you you trying to give him a way out. As well, he was my sister's boyfriend, so maybe she was supposed to give him sex or whatever. I guess they always trying to get the white people a way out and shit. Oh nah, you don't get no way out. Your way out is to pay the goddamn $3.5 million a piece. That's your way out. And here's the thing about reparations. And then another thing, another coon thing people say. Here's another coon thing they say when you talk about reparations. They'll say, well, you know, if we give the money to black people, they ain't gonna do nothing but just spend it all, get the money and go back and spend it. That's some coon shit to say. That's like what I just said, trying to get white people way out. Because that would actually be a good thing, you fucking idiots. If black people got a bunch of money and then went and started spending a bunch of money, wouldn't that be a good thing for the white people that own all the shit? Wouldn't they get they would get reparations too. If we get reparations, they gonna get reparations. Cause black people gonna go buy a bunch of shit. So it's like everybody gonna be eating off the shit. So how is that a defense? People try to use that as a defense to not get reparations. That's not a good. That's actually a pro. That's not a con. That's a pro for reparations. If you say, well, y'all ain't gonna do nothing but just spend the money back, wouldn't that be? I would think that would be a reason why they would give us the money even quicker. I would think that's shit. That's an easy fix then. Okay, well shit. Yeah. Not only are we gonna get black people out of the situation they in, but we gonna boost the economy too. Oh, that's a win-win. Fuck is y'all talking about? That's a win. That's not a loss if we go spend a bunch of money with them. They gonna win off of that. They own all the shit. If we go buy houses, buy cars, and buy this, and jet skis, and buy that, and all this stuff, they the ones own all those businesses and all that. You fucking idiots. So if we go and spend all the money, then it's like we giving them the money back. How would that be a bad thing? You see what I'm saying? That's another coon way to try to let people. Try to let them off of the hook. Well, we ain't gonna do nothing but spend the money back. Of course, we're gonna spend a lot of the money back. To me, I thought that was like the point. I thought that was half the point of getting the reparations was to spend a bunch of money because we ain't got shit. Spend it, buy houses, car. We ain't never had shit. Of course, we're gonna spend a bunch of money. That's stupid. That's common sense. If you take somebody out of the hood or somebody that's poor, they ain't really never had nothing, and you get them $1 million, of course they gonna spend a bunch of money on some dumb shit. Of course. That's common sense they gonna do that. But that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. Spending money in this country, the way that this country is set up, on this capitalism shit and all that, spending money actually helps the country. When people spend money, that's a win for the country. That's not a loss. So that doesn't make sense when people say, well, y'all ain't gonna do nothing but spend the money back. Okay, well, that's a good thing. We should put that in there. When we trying to get the reparation, we need to put that in the clause. Y'all know we ain't gonna do nothing but spend the money back. That need to be in the contract. Well, we're gonna end up spending this much amount of money back anyway, so y'all might as well just break us off. But no, they would rather spend trillions on killing motherfuckers. They could have spent trillions on bringing a lot of motherfuckers to life. But instead of spending trillions on bringing people to life, they refer to spending trillions on killing motherfuckers. Now make sense. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna spend all this money on a war. They could have just reverted that all that money going to this war could have easily just been reverted to black people. Just that easy. Just that easy. Just like they did during the pandemic and they was giving out money and it was all easy and shit. They try to make it seem like it's just so hard to give out money and shit. Oh, we just don't know how we would do it. We don't know. But during the pandemic, it was so easy to do it. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. The majority of y'all black people need to get y'all shit together, fool. Y'all always talking about some coon shit. It's like y'all hate yourself. I hate that about my people. I hate that we just can't get out of this self-hating position to where we gotta try to get white people the way out and all this type of shit. Talking about some God and all that. And then y'all God is a white boy. There's no way in hell I'm gonna worship some white boy. I wouldn't even worship it if it was a black boy. But I'm damn sure not finna worship no white boy. Y'all lost y'all rabbit ass mind. I'm not gonna even work. I'm not if it even has a inkling of it may be a white dude. I'm not worshiping it. I'm not and the fact that they got pictures of this white Jesus, that alone, I don't have to see nothing else. I don't have And there's probably thousands of other reasons why you shouldn't fuck with it. But that one thing, the fact that they got the picture of the white Jesus, to me, that tells the whole tale. It told me the whole tale when I was a child. Hold up, I gotta answer somebody right here. Somebody hitting me up. I got a big purchase I'm making on some furniture this morning. Finna buy a gang of shit. But I'm finna make a gang of loot too though. I made a serious deal last night. Dude hit me up. Let me answer him right fast. I like to be prompt. Um, this is a win-win that I'm picking up this morning. I fuck around making enough money off of this to go get me a spot. Let me see. I might go need to pick up my son to help me with these. He got a whole bunch of shit I'm finna go pick up. My baby, I love my baby working with me now. My son, he was working with me with my little furniture company and all that. And it's cool as hell just spending time with my boy and shit. And we going picking up furniture and doing man shit together. It's cool as hell. Being a dad is cool as hell when you're able to do it. Like when the baby mamas and all that allow you or I ain't gonna say that. When the situation allows you to be in your kid's life and all that shit, cool as hell. And a lot of women don't even understand how we feel about that shit. Even like the men that y'all think that don't fuck with their kids, I don't think that shit is true. I think out of 100 men, it might be two that just really don't fuck with their kids for real. All the other ones that y'all think don't fuck with their kids, they really, 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 really stressing about their kids. It's just that we can't talk to nobody about nothing. Like when I had my little situation with my kids, my ex, she had moved away with my kids and didn't tell me where they was at or nothing. Nigga, that was the only time in my life when I actually considered suicide. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That was the only time when I actually considered it. I didn't know what to do with myself. I couldn't find my children. I didn't know where the fuck they was at. And I got babies. I didn't know where the fuck they was at. I was losing my rabbit ass mind. So it's powerful when you can be in your kid's life. That shit is powerful. The women don't understand what they really be doing when they try to take the kids away from the man or whatever. They don't understand the harm that's created. Not just with the kids, with the man too. I think they be trying to hurt the man though. But the kid, why are you trying to hurt the kids though? That's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to hurt your kids, you purposely trying to hurt your kids and shit is weird. But nah, man, all this religion stuff, space, and then I keep hearing what's his name? I can't think of his name right now, but he always got the space and the moon videos and all that, talking about how it's some bullshit and all that. But I hate when they talk about space like they really know what the fuck going on. That's kind of like the religion shit too. Oh, space is this many billion light years long. Is this y'all don't know none of that shit? Shut up. I'm tired of people trying to tell you some shit they don't know. Y'all do not know. No human knows what's going on in space. That just ain't true. That just ain't true. Talking about we got an observable. I hate when they say that. Well, it's the observable universe. You don't observe shit. Fuck out of here. Anything that you think you seeing on them telescopes and all that can be bullshit. For all you know, it's an alien somewhere out in space, putting shit out there for you to see. You don't know. For that, you don't know what the fuck going on out there. You don't know. Just like at the bottom of the ocean. We don't know what's going on at the bottom of the ocean. Fuck out of here. Don't nobody know what's going on at the bottom of the ocean. Same thing with space. Don't nobody know what's going on in space. Humans, we can't even really survive in space. How the fuck we gonna know what's going on a bit? Then they stand like they know what's going on 10 billion light years away. You know what a light year is? A light year is fucking the time light travels in a year. So you really tell a human is sitting there telling you they know we can't even live a light year. We can't. A human's existence ain't even the whole human race hasn't even been alive for a light year. You see what I'm saying? Haven't even been here. That like, come on now, bro. It's no way in hell a human can tell me what's going on in space, and I believe it. Neil deGrasse Tyson, that's his name. That's his name, Neil deGrasse Tyson. And he's a very intellectual dude, and I listen to a lot of his shit. And a lot of his shit, he be right on point with it. But the whole space thing and all that, that's religion sounding. Because that's basically you. When you talk about space, you're basically just somebody told you some shit, and then you just running with it. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Oh, it's the observable universe. Oh, okay, we can reach this, we can reach that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what it is then. Somebody told you that, and you just ran with it. You see what I'm saying? That's just like religion. It's the same thing. Somebody just tell you some shit, and you say, okay, oh, okay. Oh, okay, it's a little man floating in the sky. Oh, okay, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I don't believe that. It's goofy ass shit y'all talking about. Hell no, I don't believe that. Not even a little bit. I don't believe in none of that. You can't fool me. I'm not the type of person you can pee on my leg and tell me it's raining and shit. I ain't never been like that. I can peep shit, see shit for exactly what it is. And space, is the unknown. The bottom of the ocean, unknown. Religion, unknown. How the world began, unknown. If the world began, unknown. How big the universe is, unknown. If there's other people out there in the universe, unknown. If there's other alien living things out there, unknown. You see how much shit it's unknown to us? But you still, all this stuff that I just said, you'll have somebody making a whole report about each one of those things as if they know exactly what they're talking about. That bewilders me. I don't even know if I used that word right just now. But that fucks me up. I'm like, how are these people talking about stuff they don't know nothing about? And be talking about it like wholeheartedly, like, just like when they talk about religion. They actually be arguing. You can turn on a channel right now and it'll be somebody arguing about religion. Or you can't. How can you even argue religion? That don't make sense. Y'all arguing about a thing you don't even know is real, but you gonna argue it. That don't make no sense, bro. That's like that's like calculus, a calculus equation that you don't know how to figure out, but you arguing with somebody about it. You arguing with some. Neither one of y'all know how to figure out this calculus equation. Neither one of y'all. Neither one of y'all took calculus. Neither one of y'all is good at math like that. Y'all don't even know nothing about this shit. But y'all sitting there having an argument about it. Well, no, it ain't this. It's that. No, no, it's this. No, that ain't how you figure it out. You gotta figure this part out first. No, it's this. No, yo, you wrong, brother. No, it's this. It's this. But neither one knows anything about the fucking calculus problem. Neither one of them. But they sitting there arguing about the shit. I never understand that. When I've turned like Sonetta and them. And shout out to Sonetta and them. I've been watching them forever. I did learn a lot of shit from Sonetta and them. I fuck with them. But and I realize that by now he's just doing it because that's just a money thing. That's just what his channel is based on. So I'm not knocking him for doing it or whatever. I'm just saying they always on there arguing about religion. Like, you can't argue about religion. That's not even an argument. That's like arguing about the Loch Ness monster and shit. No, man, the Loch Ness monster has 5 fins. Nuh-uh, he has 3. No, brother, you wrong. He has 5 fins and 2 teeth. Nah, bro, I'm trying to tell you, he came to me in a dream one time. The Loch Ness monster has 3 fins, bro, and 6 teeth. I'm telling you, he came to me in a dream, bro. You wrong. That's how it sound to me when they argue religion. Well, no, you arguing some shit that you don't know nothing about. You know nothing of a God. You know nothing of none of this stuff, but you'll sit there and argue it with somebody. Oh no, it was this, it was this, it was this. The God came to me in my sleep. The God. Ah, shut up. It's all lies, bro. You're lying. You're lying. When you say God talked to you, when you say God came in your sleep and talked to you, you're lying, brother, sister. You're lying. So that's why I don't really respect a liar. Just shout out to Neil deGrasse Tyson too, but sir, You're lying, sir, about all the space stuff and all that and the observable universe. That's all a lie, bro. You can't talk about that stuff with so much certainty like that because it's not certain like that. When you talk certain about something that's the unknown, it comes across like you lying. I gotta clear up my shop. Gotta move a lot of shit out the way. I'm finna go pick up a gang of shit. I wish I had some more money to invest. I'm only picking up what as much as I'm investing in, but I wish I can grab more because I'm getting a really good deal on this stuff. I wish I had more money to invest. I'd make more, but this shit going up though. I might start vlog. I don't want to start vlogging my little business yet because I don't want to start vlogging it until I wanted to be more. I wanted to be consistent. It's been consistent though for about a good. I say for about a good month now. I've been basically making the majority of my income off of my furniture business. You know what I'm saying, for about a good month. But I want to make sure it's consistent. You know what I'm saying? and I think that's kind of consistent a month. But the way business works is, yes, it's seasonal. So you kind of when you do a business, you kind of want it to go like a whole year. You know what I'm saying, before you really start spending the money or anything, because that way you'll know how it works during the different seasons. You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, my first aid company, for example, when the summertime came around, it was booming, 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 booming. Wintertime come around, it would slow down a little bit. And so that was a seasonal, kind of seasonal. So I wouldn't have never known that if I hadn't had the business for a certain amount of time. I wouldn't have known about the different seasons of the business. So that's what I'm doing now is a season check. Because I don't want to fucking uh, uh, get this business going like it's and go accumulate a whole bunch of bills behind it and all that, and then kind of find out it's seasonal. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's why you got to have multiple streams of income too as an entrepreneur, because most businesses are seasonal. See, the bigger companies like Walmart, companies like that, they the reason why they survive the seasons because they complement the different seasons. Because Christmas, okay, they selling Christmas stuff. Okay, Valentine, they selling Valentine stuff. Okay, you see what I'm saying? That businesses like that, they complement the different seasons. So they shit ain't really seasonal. But if if you sell a product and it don't necessarily complement all the different seasons, or you can't, varietize it. Damn, that ain't even a word. Varietize? I sure threw that hoe out there, huh? Told I threw that hoe out there quick, nigga. I said I threw that hoe out there like it was a real thing. I went religion right fast. I was talking about some shit like I really knew what I was talking about. Well, I'm gonna use it because I think it fit what I'm saying. They varietize. They got variety. You see what I'm saying? If you got a product and you can't make it a Valentine's Day product. You can't make it a Christmas product. You can't make it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't switch it up like that, it's gonna be seasonal, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on what it is or whatever. If it's something somebody need, then it might not be seasonal. But if it's something somebody want, it's probably seasonal more than likely. But yeah, man, I'm just on here chopping it up. I ain't even really had no specific topic. I just wanted to come on here and talk about a few things that I was kind of thinking about or whatever. Um, and I don't know. I just can't get down with none of that stuff, man. Religion, none of this stuff. I feel like it's all just a way to try to trick your mind and shit, trick you into some bullshit. And a lot of people, I think they just scared to die too. They scared to die, so they want to think that something happens after they die. You know what I'm saying? Well, after I die, I still got a whole nother life to live. Nah, brother. After you die, your ass going into the dirt like it's a biology thing. Your body's gonna break down. You gonna go back into the dirt like everybody else. like every other living animal, like everything. You're not gonna have some afterlife where you got 20 wives and virgin wives and all this bullshit y'all be talking about. No, it's not gonna happen, bro. Best thing may happen. You know what might happen? Reincarnation. Reincarnation makes more sense than all the other things, than the religion, all this stuff. Reincarnation makes more sense, bro. It actually makes sense that we could be energy that's just being transferred. Now, reincarnation would state that the energy is being transferred into another human or another living thing or whatever. But it may not even work like that. Maybe your energy is just transferred uh, throughout multiple sources of life. Maybe it's not just one source of life. Maybe your energy is when it come back. Maybe it's a dog, a cat, and a human. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's what I'm saying. We don't know how it works. If it do work, if it is that way, we don't know exactly how it works. But we do know that energy never dies. We also know that all the water that's on the planet now is all the water that been on the planet. It just keep rotating out, going in the clouds, coming back down, going in the clouds, come. So everything else that we know of in this life pretty much rotates itself out. So why wouldn't we a part of this shit too? So why wouldn't we rotate ourselves out? And I think too that um people are not special. I think cause we think we special. Cause I be hearing a lot of the Christians say that. They say, well, if there's no God, why come all this stuff is perfectly works for humans and all that? Why is our lungs and all our stuff work so perfect? And to answer that, it don't. It don't work perfect. People die every day from some type of organ malfunction. People catch all kind of sicknesses. People die from this, die from that. It don't compliment us like that. We can't just go in the ocean and live. We'll die in the ocean. We go too high up in the sky, there's no air. We go too high on the mountain, there's no air. No, this planet does not complement humans like that. And then, this is what I think. I don't think humans created the planet. I think the planet created humans. And I think that's why it seems like everything fit. Because it created us. Just like just like your body creates cells. So that cell in your body, that cell will, if it had a mind, it probably would think that, oh, this is perfect for me. This is created for me. This environment I'm in was created for me. Everything works so perfect with me. But little does the cell know that environment was created first, and the cell came from the environment, not the other way around. So that's what I think. I think the reason why we think everything fits so perfect or whatever is because we were designed by this environment. So of course, you know, we came, our bodies, our life came from this biology of this planet. And what I'm really starting to think is we just bacteria. I think on the cool, I think the planet is a living organism and we basically bacteria on it. And it kind of cleanses us off of it every now and then. That's what I think. I think we basically bacteria on the planet. The planet is a living thing. The sun is, all these things are living things, just like us. And but the planet ain't going though. You know what I'm saying? So I think we bacteria, just like you can get back, just like you got bacteria on you. You right now, you got millions of little bacteria on you right now as we speak. In your mouth, on your skin, in your hair. You got millions of little cells, or little bacteria on you. To me, that's the same way the planet. That's like the planet. Humans, we the bacteria on the planet. Look how we fucking up everything. We building all these concrete structures. We change. That's just like a disease or bacteria or something. When it get in the body, it starts changing different things, changing stuff. You know, messing up your the way you was regularly made. That's what humans do. We are bacteria on this planet. The planet is a living thing, and we are bacteria on that motherfucker. Look how we do it. We causing all these problems on it. It's like we're a sickness. It's probably trying to get rid of us and shit. You know what I'm saying? Probably, damn, get rid of this cold and shit. You know what I'm saying? You just can't shake us off. We like the bacteria that can't be shook off. Like the ones we got on our body that can't be shook off. Same thing. Like you got bacteria on you now, there's no way that you can get it off. You can shake, take a bath, do whatever. You still gonna have a certain amount of bacteria on your body. Same thing with the planet. At least that's my belief. And I'm not sitting there saying that's a fact. I'm saying that's what I believe is happening with this whole situation. Is that we just like a sickness on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We like a bacteria infection or something on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna get off of here because I gotta clean up my shop and make way for all this shit I'm finna go pick up. You know what I'm saying? It was good chopping it up on her with y'all. I'm gonna come back later. Like I said, I'm trying to do more content. My goal is, cause I know I got 3 months, probably like 2 months now, cause I applied for monetization on this channel, and they denied me, but they said I can come back and do it again like 3 months. So that's what I'm trying to do is just flood this channel with content in these 3 months. So at the end of those 3 months, I'll be able to get it monetized or whatever. So just stick around fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come with this shit I be talking. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all might agree or disagree or whatever. But just to be honest with you, this is my real honest truth. The stuff I'm saying on here, I really believe this stuff. Right? You know, whether you believe it or not, that's you. But just know I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? This is how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? But this is Mighty Media. I'm out.